So how's the trip out here, man?
Hit a lot of traffic?
The trip up through Washington, D.C. and Baltimore was 100 miles of bumper-to-bumper traffic, stop and go for 100 miles.
Oh, my God.
And I just drove to Abilene, Texas and back. That's 44 hours in the saddle. And I drove that rig right there, that trailer and that van.
Okay.
All right. 44 hours to Abilene and back. When I got home, I had a couple of days, and then I drove to Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, and then drove back home. And then I drove up here yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So, I've driven like 75 or 80 hours in the last... so I'm deliriously tired.
Right.
Other than that, let's not talk about the drive up anymore.
Yes. So we're with Artimus Pyle, legendary drummer, founder, Lynyrd Skynyrd, and the Artimus Pyle Band. And what brings you here to this festival?
Well, of course, it's the, rock the farm.
But again, what brings you here to Rock the Farm? You were here last year?
No.
This is the first time?
No. The year before that,
okay.
I came, and it was at Mark Regan's house.
Oh, that's right. Okay, how?
And his family, Lynn, and his daughter Ashley, and they put this together, and their son Dan. And, it's all about prescription drugs that are in somebody's medicine chest.
Right.
So the kids get in there. They get these heavy opioids. They get this really powerful stuff that doctors prescribe and drug companies make. It's powerful. And then the kids get in there and they try one. Then they take the prescription. They get hooked on the stuff. They want more, but mom and dad bust them, or they can't refill the prescription. So what do? They go to the street. And what is available? Heroin. Right. It's cheap and it's plentiful. Now, all my life growing up, heroin is a deep, dark, sinister, evil place. I hear the word heroin and I just think, oh my God, these poor people. And of course, when they're doing heroin, it's great. There's an epidemic outbreak in the last 24 hours of people cutting heroin with elephant tranquilizer, which is like, I think, 600 times more powerful than fentanyl or whatever that stuff is. So what it is now addicts that are hooked on heroin, they don't realize, they think that the people that OD just made a mistake. So when they hear that there's a bad drug on the street, they want that drug. As stupid as it is, and as irrational as it is, I can't speak for that because I've never been hooked on heroin. But these poor people, they think that they got to get their hands on that drug because they're going to do it right. They're not going to make that mistake and OD. And it's a national epidemic from the smallest towns and counties in Tennessee, rural, Iowa, of course California, New York, all the big cities. But it's now in your neighborhood. It's everywhere. And it's all walks of life. And, we need to stop that. We need to sit on that.
Absolutely. It's like now this festival here is an open air, get into music. Do you prefer open venues where it's like out in the open sky, or the sound quality of a closed venue, or like how does that affect your playing? Like when I was told by several musicians, if the wind's blowing one way, you can't hear your monitors, or if the wind is just right, it just sounds, it's a sweet spot. I mean, does that ever affect you when you're playing?
Well, I mean, with the band Lynyrd Skynyrd in the 70s, we played for 300,000 people in Nebworth, England, on one of the largest stages I've ever seen. We opened up for the Rolling Stones. I love outdoor gigs. I love playing outdoors. I love the energy of playing an outdoor venue. There's no cigarette smoke. There used to be a lot of cigarette smoke. And that was, prevalent inside the venues, but now they don't. They're cutting down on allowing people to smoke cigarettes, which is horrible. I used to smoke cigarettes for a short time in the Marines.
Yeah, yeah.
And I am so glad that I am not afflicted with while I'm smoking a cigarette, I'm thinking about the next cigarette that I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
Or getting a pack of cigarettes or going to get cigarettes. It's like, I feel so bad for those people because, let's see, it makes your breath stink. It makes your car stink. It makes your clothes stink. It makes your hair stink.
Right.
It makes your house stink. What's that other? It's expensive. There's another little thing. Oh yeah, it kills you.
Oh yes.
You know,
it's a.
So, you know, cigarettes to me is the same thing as heroin. It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
It's not good for you, and they make it attractive.
Yeah.
You know, smoke a cigarette. Everybody, the day of Humphrey Bogart smoking a cigarette and looking cool.
Yeah.
He looked cool.
Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart chain smoked cigarettes unscreened and looked cool.
Right.
But it's not cool.
Yeah.
Heroin is not cool.
Yeah.
Opioids are not cool because, you know, down where I live in the South, there's a lot of meth.
Oh, jeez.
You know, people running around as big as a broomstick with no teeth.
Right.
You know, men and women.
Right.
Constantly getting in trouble with the law. You see them on television all the time. You know, just messing up.
Right.
And it is a problem. Now, in the 70s, I was a big pot smoker, man.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody else, I smoked weed, but I never went to heroin.
Yeah.
You know, I know what cocaine is. I've done cocaine.
Right.
You know, and I hate cocaine. I think it's, you know, it makes people so, well, the word is asshole-ish.
Yeah.
You know? And then the thing about cocaine, you know, I'm surprised every time I see somebody still doing cocaine. Because I thought that went out, you know, a long time ago. But there's a joke about the worst thing about cocaine is it keeps the drunks awake.
Yes.
You know, so that they can still talk the BS. But this concert today is strictly about opioids and heroin addiction and making people aware of it so that if some parents see some strange behavior in their family, they can nip it in the bud and maybe get it stopped before it gets too bad.
Right.
But a lot of people that are addicted don't want to be helped. They feel like they've got things in control.
Yeah.
And anytime that you're doing a heavy drug or you've got any dependency on anything and you think you're okay, you're probably not okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, any doctor or psychologist or, you know, they should talk to clergy if that's what floats their boat. You know, I lived in Jerusalem, Israel, in the castle of King David for 3 years studying Torah. And I'm a Gentile. You know, I'm Methodist. And I studied Leviticus and the Old Testament, physics, and common sense. And I just feel so badly for people that don't have common sense.
Right.
And are easily led.
Yeah.
Say in a presidential campaign.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
People are told things and they like what they hear and they go for it. But is it true? From anybody? From any side?
Yep. Are we responding to sound bites? Are we?
There's more truth, you know, in some things that are said than in others. And it's up to us to pick out what the truth is.
Right.
Because we really do need to get a handle on this planet for our children.
Yes.
And our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. It's the best that we can do now is to have our water, air, and everything in our lives polluted. And you know, crazy people running around able to buy assault weapons.
Yes.
Where they cannot, if they lose their minds, you know, they get a revolver, they can kill a couple of people. But now these guys with these assault weapons, they can kill 100 people. And that is not right. And we need to, you know, in the Marine Corps, I fired every weapon there is. I'm an expert on 45, M14s, M16s, M60s. But I don't want to kill anybody. You know. And we send these young guys to Afghanistan and Iraq who get hooked on different things. But one of the things they get hooked on is they're killing people. They're having to do that. They come back to America. And where do they go for help? Who's there for them?
Right.
So we need to be there for the vets. We need to be there for our children, and we need to be there for each other. And this is planet Earth. We're all citizens of planet Earth. We're all human beings and related. You know, and that's, to me, I love all people. I love black people, I love gay people, I love Chinese people, and there's a few white people that I love. Quite a few. But, you know, I just, if you're a good, this is one thing that Ronnie Van Zant always taught me. You know, and I mean, this was something I knew, but Ronnie believed in it too. If you're a good guy or a good girl, it doesn't matter what color you are, what race, where you come from, what your religion is. If you're a good person, you're a good person. And that's the message we need to get out at the world, you know, and help children. People that say they believe in God, well, wouldn't God be pleased with us if we took care of the elderly, fed our children, and stopped the war? Wow. They're feeding the kids, they're taking care of the elderly, and they stop the wars. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cure cancer. But, you know. I mean, that's what we deserve if we deserve it. Right now we don't deserve it. All the wars. But it's all these old men in suits and ties walking around pretending to get things done. And they're getting nothing done except making sure that their nest is padded and their health insurance is good. Then they go into the Congress and into the Senate, and they sit there on their hands. And to me, it's treason.
Absolutely.
They're holding back America because they're afraid of the black guy. You know, I personally, this is my opinion, I love our president. I think President Barack Obama has done everything he could against the tide of people like Rush Limbaugh and Mitch McConnell and all the John Boehner that stated when he was elected the first time, they said, we're going to do they said it publicly, we're going to do everything we can do to destroy this presidency. Now that's holding America back for 8 years. That's treason.
Absolutely.
I don't care if he's purple, man. You should get behind and the bipartisan thing, you know, and try. And there are people on both sides of the aisle that try, but they're held up by the gun lobbies and the drug lobbies and all the money. It's money. And truly, money is the root of all evil.
Absolutely.
Oh, and kill the lawyers. Socrates said it. Aristotle said it. Shakespeare said it.
And you know what? Artimus Pyle said it.
And I said it. Now, there are good attorneys that do stuff for children. They do stuff for the environment. Glenn, what did you do to your foot?
Year of limping because of that torn meniscus in my right knee.
Oh, okay.
I managed to tear the tendon in my left foot from a year of limping because of the pain from the knee.
Dude, don't you carry a thing today. You want me to carry that plate of food for you? It might not make it to your mouth. All right.
That's where I hit 55 and my warranty ran out.
I see. Wait till you hit 75.
Thanks.
No, I haven't said that.
Paying the price now for a misspent youth.
I'm going to start telling everybody I'm 10 years older than I really am. And that way they'll say, God, you look great.
Absolutely.
You look great, Artimus. So I'm 78.
Okay.
I'm 78.
I don't feel a day over 78, so that works out well. Can I ask you something? Like, how do you think technology has changed the music business? I mean, as far as, like, you know, downloads, people can record albums in their backyard for crying out loud. You know, it's like, what do you think kind of effect that has on a lot of the new music that's coming out? Do you think that people are going to come back to like this heavy raw guitar sound? I mean, it seems to be like a lot of these younger musicians are playing through the JMP 100 watts, and you know what I mean. And they're using the old greenbacks. They're looking for the vintage gear, and they're searching for something. They're searching for that old sound. And is that something like? Where do you see that going?
Well, the technology's cool. I love it that people can access music. I absolutely love that everybody can access music at any time. I also feel like, artists should be compensated. There should be a way that they're compensated because, it's always historically been, tough for musicians. We can't get insurance. We're not covered under certain things. I mean, we kind of fall outside the purview. But the technology is good. Now, technology as far as, one guy in a studio putting together a bunch of tracks, pushing a bunch of buttons and then have a girl come in or a guy come in and moan and, grunt and whine and kind of throw some lyrics that are like stacked 10 times. All that stuff. To me, that's not music. I'll shake my foot, to some grooves because I'm a drummer. And I like the grooves that they come up with. A lot of hip hop stuff that's really clever and it's cool. And I there's a lot of hip hop that I love. I love Tupac Shakur. It's been so long, and I'm so tired. Tupac Shakur. I thought he was excellent. He worked his way up. But just one guy pushing buttons and creating an effect album for some guy or girl to moan on, that's not so much. Now, I love to see a band that has instruments and play music. This band that just played, they might be still playing, they're very quiet and soft and they sound great. And the crowd loves them. Now, my band playing in a minute is going to be really loud.
That's
and I hope the kids enjoy. I want the sound man to know that I don't want my drums to be obnoxious. If he has to turn me way down, that's okay. If everybody can hear me, fine. I don't want to be blowing people's eardrums out.
Now, you guys are cranking out a lot of new material, too, right?
Well, we're working on a movie soundtrack. I'm working on a movie about the plane crash of Lynyrd Skynyrd. I flew out to L.A. a couple months ago and spent 20 hours detailing every minute. And I'm giving that to them because I want the story should be told. The reason it's not told is because there's people in charge of Lynyrd Skynyrd that are greedy, power-hungry, money-grubbing people. So the story's never been told. I think the story should be told for the fans that want to know.
Absolutely.
A lot of our fans are growing older, and they've never seen that story, and I want them to see that story. I don't want it to not be told because of greed, because one person, wants all the money and all the control. I want it to be out there. I want it to be public property. So we as a band are working on the soundtrack. My son and I have written a couple of songs. This band's going to write songs. I met a girl in Los Angeles named Neely Brosh. Look her up. Nilibrosh. Look her up.
Will do.
You'll be amazed. She's this tall.
That's
she's that tall.
Oh wow!
All right,
that's about 3 5/8.
And she plays a 10-string guitar. She's 10 feet tall.
No shit. Wow.
She is amazing. She plays the kind of stuff that I like, and she's written a couple of songs on her last album that I think would go great in our soundtrack because her songs and her music is majestic. And that's what I want. I'm telling the story of a horrible plane crash. But what's the end story? The end story is uplifting. And what is uplifting about the story? The music. Like Lynyrd Skynyrd. It's still a part of the American fabric.
Absolutely.
And it still tells the story. And whether it's used as the butt of a joke, or whether it's some kid from Afghanistan saying he takes one of our songs as a battle cry.
Absolutely.
He goes into battle yelling, "Free bird!" I don't take that lightly. So,
exactly.
So I think, a band that plays their instruments, that's what I like. A drummer that plays his drums. This drummer that's playing now, he's only got like a cajon and a djembe and some percussion, but he sounds big. And it's beautiful. It's not from my area. But I have a band like that with my son. And we use bells and chimes and Mahomes and big 28s and softer stuff because we're trying to create something different.
That's cool.
And we do.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I never stop learning.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, you guys are I've heard time and time again that you guys are the more genuine representation of Ronnie Van Zant's music. Like,
our band is, yes.
And
nobody plays it better than my band.
The other thing's like a traveling fucking circus. You know?
Well, they put on a clown act, and that wasn't us. Running around stage, making it look like Kiss meets Motley Crue. You know, that's Kiss or Motley Crue. It wasn't Skynyrd.
Yeah.
Ronnie stood there, sang those songs, and the band played the music.
Yeah.
Alan Collins would jump up in the air every once in a while. But it was natural. It wasn't like we had a contrived, pre-designated show where everybody's marching around on stage trying to hit their numbers. And that's what it is now. The band that calls itself Skynyrd. To me, it's a circus karaoke clown act. And I'm ashamed of it. But it's Gary surrounded by some very sinister people. Some very greedy people. Here Gary Rossington has had a heart attack. The last 4 years, he's had one a year. He recently, just a few weeks ago, had open heart surgery or some kind of a heart surgery procedure. They were bragging on their website about how they were going to get him back out there in 2 weeks because that's their cash cow.
Oh, God.
That's the guy that makes them their money so they can go buy new stuff. They don't care about Gary as a person, not even his wife. It's all about the money. Any doctor would tell a guy that's had a bunch of heart attacks, carotid artery stent work, open heart surgery, take a year off. And that's what they should do.
It's all about the money.
Vector management and that band should let Gary rest for 1 year. Then he can come back strong. Let him eat the right food, not be around cigarette smoking, cocaine snorting, drinking. Let him be protected and get healthy and better. Then they can continue to cash in on him. But God forbid, and as they say in Israel, it's Hebrew, Has v'shalom. It means God forbid. They're going to kill Gary. And I love Gary, and I miss Gary. But they won't let me near him because, and I don't try, I don't hang out and try. But they know that if Gary and I, the last two real members of Lynyrd Skynyrd, if we got together, there would be less money for them to steal. And that worries them.
It's such bullshit. But what sparked those songs, man? Like back in the day, like Simple Man, and you know, when you listen to Skynyrd, it's like shit that, for me, the lyrics just. Simple Man is like one of those songs that I just always reminded me of my relationship with my mom. But like everybody's got that special song, you know, in your catalog. And I have to ask people, like, how did you write that? You know, I mean, how did that come about?
But we don't have a bad song.
Absolutely, no.
Ronnie and the band did not write a bad song.
No, there's no filler in any of that.
But the impetus of that was like anybody. You pick something you like, which is music. And you work as hard as you can to make that successful. That's what Ronnie did. He was the mentor. He was the genius. He was the visionary. He is a prolific songwriter, obviously. And
would Ronnie come down with like riffs in his head and like sing them to you? You know, drum beats or.
I wrote one song with Ronnie exclusively, and that was That Smell. Ooh, that smell. I wrote that song with Ronnie one night. I heard the drum beat. I discussed it with Ronnie. He threw out some lyrics to me, you know, and then I heard a guitar thing. It was a drum lick, and I heard a guitar thing, and I took that the next night to Steve Gaines, and we worked it out. And that was the one song that I can say that I wrote with Ronnie.
and like give me back my bullet. Like that was like to me.
I was in on those songs.
Those hit home for me.
I was in on those songs, but I can't say.
All you pencil pushers, best get out of my way. That's a fucking beautiful line.
But Ronnie, with the rest of the band, that's the way he did it. He would throw out riffs.
Right.
And you know, like with Ed King threw out a riff. It's a little riff called Sweet Home Alabama. And I wasn't there. I was still a sergeant in the Marine Corps. And then my father was killed in a mid-air plane collision in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I was going to continue in the Marines and go to Officers Candidate School in Quantico and fly for the Marine Corps. But after Dad was killed, I lost my heart for that. So I became a drummer in a rock band. Crazy as that.
That's absolutely beautiful. Hey man, thank you so much, dude, for coming here and doing this. You know, this is so great. You know, you're the genuine, real deal, and this is the shit. You know.
Are you going to be able to stay for the show?
Fuck yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
I'm here.
I heard that on Freebird, they're going to like shoot a bunch of foam out on everybody.
Oh. You know, I'm always up for getting foamed up. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this fucking month, man. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, cool. You're here. The weather's perfect.
Yeah. We're wrapping it up.
It couldn't be better, you know.
Yeah. Thank you again, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Quick question.
My name is Jim.
Jim, nice to meet you.
Quick question. I'm John.
John.
Do you get the rest tonight? Do you get to sleep tonight? When we're driving?
I'm not driving tonight.
Good. You get the rest.
I'm in the cold snack again.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a nice place.
Go back there.
Get your rest.
Yeah. Like a baby.
Thanks so much.
Quick photo.
Okay, you want a photo?
Yeah.
Boss Rush.
Great. Me too. Shame. They're over.
See you guys.
Yeah,
Take care.
man.
Thank you very much.
Great show.
Great guy. Boy, that guy's sharp. 78.
That's probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met.
78.
Wow.
Shame it ended on.
Did it?
Yeah.
We have audio. That's good.
Interesting. That was